This week, a source very close to Paramount sent me information about the next Avatar movie, and people, we are in good hands. In this video, I'm going to tell you a few things that will happen in the first animated Avatar movie in theaters, like what new characters we will see, what the environments will be like, and even what the finished animation looks like. So get comfortable and get ready for us to squeeze the few crumbs we have from Avatar Studios. This is Appacomics. Before I start, let me clarify something important. The information comes from someone who does not work directly at Paramount, but performing services for them and other huge companies. What I'm going to tell you is from a meeting where they showed some clips, art, scenarios, characters, and previews of the plot of the film. So this video has many potential spoilers, but they are just that, potential. Basically, consider this information as a rumor until Avatar Studios confirm it publicly. Now, let's get started. In addition to Aang, Katara, Sokka, Toph, and Zuko that we know will be in the movie, two completely new characters are added to the movie. One of them is the main villain. The name was not revealed, but his design comments me the estimate that is similar to Silas from League of Legends. Muscular and imposing, and he had to be because he will be voiced by Dave Bautista. We will also have the participation of a new avatar. I asked him about his nation, and he told me that he did not remember, but that he is 100% sure that she is a woman. For me, and you will see why, she should be an airbender. And if we see the statues known so far, in the last generations before Yangchen, they were all men or they changed this, or it is a very old avatar. All this assuming that she is an airbender, but in case she is not, I think I would choose to show this specific avatar who has a very cool design. It is very likely to be Zolir, who was mentioned in the Roku novel, and if they canonize the fan theory that she has no arms, it would be epic to see a multi-elemental Minghua. We will see the return of Appa and Momo, and they will appear in the trailer. We will also have new animals, mentioning to me that among them there was one that was a hybrid raccoon. I asked him if there was any mention of Azula, and he said no, so some of us can start crying now. Two important scenarios were presented where the movie will take place. One is Republic City, clearly not as developed as in Korra, but more developed than in Imbalance. We will probably see the founding of Republic City, and I'll tell you why it may be so. Another important scenario will be what is described as a temple hidden among the mountains, reminiscent of the air nomads for its connection with nature. In this second scenario, the vegetation stands out a lot, and the surrounding terrain is similar to this one. This temple is one of the most important points of the film, apparently, and remember that one of the tentative names at the time was something like Hidden Kingdom or Lost Realm, and although it now has a horrible official title, probably something to do with it. One of the elements that was mentioned a lot during the meeting, which will play a very important role, is a baculum that belonged to the Avatar. Apparently the plot will revolve around the villain finding this vacuum and putting the world at risk. Not too many details were given, but it was to be expected. The question is why the vacuum will put the world at risk. Does it have magical powers or something?
A wizard did it.
The answer I think they will give us: something to do with the spiritual world. One of the ways that Avatar has to give power up to a villain or character is the spiritual world. It happened with Hundan, who is almost immortal and with broken powers. With Unalaq, who merges with a spirit. With Kuvira's weapons that work with spiritual vines. With Aang in the first book. In Kyoshi's novel, Yoon is powered up by a dark spirit. And in Roku's novel, Sozin and Roku were powered up by entering a spiritual cave. So surely, dear ones, there is something spiritual about this staff. Before moving on to the animations, I tell you why I believe, and if this is my opinion, that the ancient avatars from the air, and that the Republic City is founded. Because remember that Aang in the Monument of Republic City, we see Aang with a rare staff with a logo similar to that of the air nomads. In addition, the hidden temple is among the mountains in a place in great contact with nature. I smell all this to air nomads. Maybe at the end of the movie, Cranefish Town will be officially christened as a Republic City, and a monument of Aang holding the staff will be made. But again, this is my theory. We will confirm later. Regarding the animations, we're shown some small clips showing the style of animation that will have the film, and estimated, I'm told they are beautiful. The studio that will be in charge of this will be Flying Bark, who animated What If with this kind of 3D painted, and they have a 2D that is a beauty. Having a lot of personality, colors, and sequences that are a beauty and innovating quite a lot. The clips shown were 3. The first clip is a 5-second sequence of Zuko fire, bending and throwing a flame at a target. As described, the flame has a lighting effect that bounces off Zuko's face, giving more dynamism to the lights. This is thanks to the advantages of digital animation, something we saw in Korra. But for Avatar: The Last Airbender, it was only at very specific moments. The second clip is a sequence of hybrid animation, 2D and 3D, where Aang is on a roof that seems to be of the Earth Kingdom. The plane moves away, giving him a heroic pose while the camera rotates. This hybrid animation we saw several times in both series, during Aang Something Rough, improving enough in The Legend of Korra. But depending on what elements are included, for example, the Pro Control scenario totally made in 3D looks amazing. But the mechs, and especially the Kuvira, feel quite strange and unnatural. The estimate tells me that in this clip the roof is in 3D and Aang in 2D, and at no time is unnatural, looking all very fluid. Finally, the third animation takes place in a place similar to the Hidden Temple, where Aang is meditating and doing water bending from one side to another. The water begins to accelerate, finally showing his mythical pose. Can you imagine how epic it will be to see Aang doing this? He also told me that the animation is one of the most dynamic and fluid that he remembers, and that waterbending is probably one of the most difficult elements to animate. It should also be noted that none of the clips are spoken, but are visual samples. I don't know about you, but I am hyped. Probably while recording this, they are working on a teaser or already have it done, and will upload it soon. The rebirth of the franchise is getting closer and closer, and we will be here to cover all the news and every leak and detail that comes out. So subscribe and stay tuned for more info. And if this video disappears, you know 2 things. First, who made it disappear? But second and more important, that this info is real. Thank you for sticking around. We will see you soon with more videos.